Okay, welcome back. Today we have something a little bit special for you. You're going to get some insight into our laser coaching sessions where Kate and I coach students personally. Now, of course, our CCA students always have access to our coaching calls twice a month, and then, of course, our fabulous Facebook group as well. But these are special calls where we really get to dig into their specific questions in that moment. They're only 10 minutes, but boy, do we pack a lot of coaching and information in there. The topics are going to run the gamut. So no matter what you are interested in as a copywriter, even though you're not in the hot seat, I guarantee that you're going to hear something useful and interesting. Also, just a heads up that in a couple of the recordings, students mention Pitchapalooza and Right Starts, which are a couple of our student-only events. They're free for our students, and as with everything we do, they're designed to get people taking action and seeing success. So when you hear that reference, just know that that's what they are. So without further ado, let's dig into our laser coaching sessions.
Hello.
Hi, Tania. How are you?
It's lovely to see you both.
You as well. Absolutely. Oh, let me start a timer before I forget.
We're officially official. We're back.
Officially official. Yes. What can we help you with?
So, my position is that I am not full steam on copywriting yet because I'm juggling a lot of other things. I've got divorce. I've got 2 children with neurodiversity. I'm moving house every week because of the divorce. So I've got a lot going on. But what I have done is I have secured a client that I'm working with who is my neighbor.
Yeah.
And she is an interior designer. She's just setting up. And actually what she wanted was social media to be written for her. And she wants me eventually to run her social media and comms for her.
Mm-hmm.
So I am adding into my skill set social media training. So I'm currently doing a training course with a company called Tech Pixies. Awesome woman. She's a powerhouse. Joy Foster. She's won tons of awards. She wants to upskill women to change careers, start a business, or go back to work. And she does a lot of brain priming and neuro coaching with it. So that's been really helpful. So it's kind of taken my eye off the ball of copywriting, but actually they're so interlinked and interwoven. And what I'm realizing is that I've got a lot more skill than I realize in terms of talking to her about strategy and so on. I'm also working with a graphic designer who actually met on that course. And she has set me up a landing page to say, right, portfolio coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we could have a brief look at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then look at the Instagram posts I've written. So will I do share screen?
Yes, it just made you a co-host, so you should be able to do that.
And as you're sharing, just congratulations on
for
managing so much going on and still doing.
Yes.
So this is what Nicola has done for me. So just a very basic start.
Awesome.
And she has been setting up MailerLite with me and teaching me a bit of how to do that. So basically all I've put on here is this basic start.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be great to get your feedback.
Yes. So have you had a chance to go through the build your website course yet within the CCA?
I've done bits of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So it's always good to look at that. And then also to look at coaching calls to see the reviews that people get, because that can help spark that as well. But if you would scroll up, the first thing that I always look for, the first thing that we always look for is the benefit to consumer, right? The headline that is the benefit to consumer. Because when you think about the customer journey, right? Nobody's going to just stumble upon your site and need a copywriter. They're going to find you because maybe you sent a pitch to them, or maybe they were referred from somebody else, or
from my socials,
or from your socials, exactly. Or you pass somebody a business card, something like that. But they're going to come to your website. When they come to your website, they already know who you are and they know that you're a copywriter. Exactly. So what they need to know now is what they're going to get out of working with you. What is the benefit of hiring you as a copywriter? And that's what we want to see
at
first
the top.
thing. Exactly. Exactly. Because really the getting notified when the site goes live, There's
It is
no
live though,
benefit
is
for
what
it.
I was
Is-
going to say
exactly,
too.
it is live.
I know the full site's not live, but
Yes, but there's kind of no benefit for them to get notified because they don't know what they're going to get out of working with you.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the nice thing too is that once you have that on there, that's going to be your hero, your headline for your site before you do the full launch, but then also when you do the full launch as well.
So should I put the I craft good words so you don't have to at the top?
No, because that's not it. You're getting close to a benefit. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kate, I interrupted you.
No, I was going to say that you're in the right direction, but what I would look for when it comes to, especially when you're talking to, which the majority of your website is going to be talking to your prospective clients and what they can get from you. And one of the easiest ways to kind of tell when you're focusing more on you versus them is to look for the I. I craft good words. So how can you lead it with the you is great, but like what are they going to get? How can we put the full focus and attention on them?
Mm-hmm. And what's the end benefit? So you craft good words so that they don't have to, but what do they get out of that? Right? What is the benefit to their business? That's what you really want to focus on throughout your website, on your homepage. And then even we always laugh about the about me page is ironic because it's not really about you. It's about what you do for them. So really your website should be very much focused on what your potential client needs to hear in all of your copy.
What would I say instead of that? Give me an example.
What I always find is helpful, and I can't write copy on the spot, but so I craft good so you don't have to, so that
to start your brainstorming.
Yeah. And keep digging. And after you get there, okay, maybe that's stronger, I'm sure, whatever you get to there, but then do so that. How many layers deep can you go so that, or because, whichever word you want to use, or whichever, I guess, makes sense in terms of grammar. And that's not necessarily the copy you're going to use, but that can help you get to a place of, okay, I want to save them time and energy so they can focus on continuing to scale their business. If that's
so they can land more clients,
focus.
so they can make more money, so they can all of those kinds of things. Yes. But you want to
obviously depending on who you're talking to too. I know we always obviously, say not to niche, especially when you're first starting out, but depending on what you're where you're driving your business, is there an audience that you're most focused on, and what does that audience
owners at the moment?
Okay.
So
then, that gives you a good focus of, okay, what do they care about? What do these small business owners really
they're so
care about?
busy
And what's going to resonate?
businesses, they don't have time to do all of that. So I'm taking that off their plate.
Yes. But what
are they going to do then with that extra time?
Exactly. And what is this? Why is it necessary? Why was it on their plates to begin with? What are they trying to accomplish with better messaging? Because you can't, the tricky thing is that, not the tricky thing, but I think a lot of us make the mistake of assuming that people understand the value in what we do. And I shouldn't have to explain to them that if their messaging is better, they'll get more clients. But we do. We have to explain to them. We have to make the benefit to them in everything that we do absolutely clear. Just the same way that if you were writing a website for one of your clients, you would be focusing on their benefit to consumer. You have to do the same thing for yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I see under this, it looks like your USP. So good for you for working on your USP. I see you.
I've done it so many times and it seems different every time.
Absolutely. Well, and it will evolve throughout your career, certainly. And never be afraid to just let it evolve and take it in a new direction. But I agree with Kate. Good work for you.
Yeah. And I think you can do the same thing. I think you're off to a strong start, but where it says really connects with your customer's needs, take that so that.
Yeah. What does it mean? What's it going to mean for their business that the copy really connects with their customers' needs?
Their customers are going to be more engaged. It's going to resonate with them. They're going to build more trust in the business, and therefore want to, when they're ready to make a purchase from that business. That sort of.
What did you say? Customers more engaged. What was the second thing you said?
Oh God, I don't know what I just.
Here's the good news, though. You are
I was like, don't use those words.
Exactly. Yeah. The good news is you are training as a copywriter and you're writing for your own website. So you want to choose the words and the direction that are right for you, that make the most sense for you, and that are most compelling for both you and your target audience. Because you are your own brand voice. Right. But you are also thinking about, all right, what does my target audience need to hear in order to understand that I am the person that they should be hiring to do this work, and why it's so important that they hire, that they get this work done, that they revamp their messaging. So you have all the skills at your disposal to craft this for yourself. Yeah.
I just feel quite stuck with it, really. I think that's the trouble. I've looked at it.
Well, you did a creative brief, right? So I would say, your next step, what pages, what do you start outlining what you want your homepage to look like? Outlining what's going to be on each of those pages, I think would be a good next step for you.
Yeah. I have started to do that. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Awesome.
And I think I've just got too much copy on there, and I think I need to start again because I've got myself tied in knots.
Well, and so if you're at the copy stage, go back to that outline stage, right? Because those are two different stages. You're going to outline to figure out what you want those elements to be, and then you start filling that in with copy. And again,
obviously don't throw your copy away. I'm sure you've got great things in there. Okay, good. Yeah. Use that. Think of them more as puzzle pieces to say, okay, now that I've got my infrastructure in place, if you will, kind of the scaffolding. Okay, what pieces do I already have that can fit in these areas, and what new pieces or what pieces do I need to just kind of rework?
Yeah. What's essential to be in here and what isn't essential, and always thinking of it from your potential client's perspective. That is always the direction you need to think of. What do they need to hear? What do they want to hear? Versus,
and what do they want to hear on each page too? What do they expect? An about page, what do they need to know and hear? On a contact page, what do they need to know and hear? My portfolio, with the portfolio kind of for each of your pieces, going through and doing that right up so that they know the strategy behind it, not just that you produce something.
Exactly. Yeah. So good.
But you're off to a great start, though. Yes.
Yes. And as you
I
make
love
progress,
that photo too.
Very cool.
Oh, thank you.
Such a good photo. Yeah.
Yeah. As you make progress, be sure to post in the Facebook group so we can take a look, and also submit it for a coaching call so that our team can take a look at it and give you some feedback that way as well.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Did
this give you a good direction to head in now?
Yes. I think it's given me a bit, because I've just been sort of shelving it and going, oh, good enough. But I know I need to do more work on it.
Yeah. And you know what? Think of it this way. Imagine that this is not your own project. Imagine this is a project you have to deliver to a client, right? What is the level of not effort, but what is the level of dedication that you would put toward making it as good as it possibly can be? Because and hold yourself to that. Versus like, well, it's just, I don't know. Make yourself
and then
your
knowing
own
it
client.
can always evolve too. Like, okay, I'm putting my best foot forward, but in a couple of months, I might revisit it, and that's okay, because it's forever evolving. Trust me, forever evolving.
Not written in stone. Yeah. Excellent. Well, this is good work. It's a really good start. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, you're so welcome.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Great.
You were so welcome. Yes, absolutely. Great to meet you too. Like what you heard? Hit subscribe so you never miss a video. And if you're ready to take the first step toward becoming a copywriter yourself, sign up for a free video training right here.